out in the garden this morning and I wanted to share a little reuse tip with you. I'm not one to throw much away, so we had bought a couch. This has got to do with gardening. We bought a couch back in Wisconsin, and they come with those covers, not the plastic ones, but just a cloth cover with a drawstring. It was really nice. So I had kept them, deciding that when we moved, I'd cover them back up so they wouldn't get wrecked in the move. Well, the covers zigged, I zagged, we didn't meet up in the middle, and I ended up the other day still unpacking storage boxes in the farmhouse, and I found them. So I thought, oh, what do I do with these now? Great timing. And then it dawned on me, I've been having a little issue with some bugs on my beloved cabbage, and nobody's gonna mess with my cabbage. So I took these covers from the couches, it was one of those sectionals, and I had been placing it over the cabbage, and guess what? I don't have any more bugs. I was so excited I could use these. I am using these until they drop. I am so excited. Now I do have some of this fabric that I had placed over other things, but it kind of gave me an idea. If I have some time, I'd sew a casing on the bottom and maybe make a little drawstring to tighten it over things that I can, like a cabbage, so it doesn't blow away. Eventually, we're going to have PVC pipes in all the raised beds, and then I can hoop over them. But in the meantime, this was a great find. And back in the day, when I didn't have a garden or a farm, I did a lot of sewing and I would listen to podcasts. And one of the podcasts had mentioned tulle, you know, like what you make ballet tutus and things out of. I sew those for Maddie all the time in the garden. Well, I know as a sewer that is dirt cheap. So the next time Joann's had a 50% off sale, I went and bought a bolt. So I've got that waiting in the wings for me. So if you're looking to cover up your cabbages or anything else, think outside of the box. It's a great savings and a good way to reuse something. So here is what we've been doing. I'm so happy with it. And here, it's like the end of the cul-de-sac. This is where we've sort of stopped. And there is where we're expanding. So today is a little expansion. Mr. Blue Jeans is going to build another one of our small planters, the skinnier planter. That's going to go here. And then that finishes off this section. The white bags are the feed bags that I've been putting down to kill weeds because I ran out of thicker landscape fabric. I put rocks on top, as you can see here. I expanded here because we moved the fence out. The fence was actually directly up against all of our planters, and we moved it out to give a wheelbarrow access area. Imagine that. So now today we are on to the open garden, which is very new for me. The raised beds I felt comfortable. I'm back to being scared. This is scary. You can see where we had tarped it. Mr. Blue Jeans is going to go ahead and weed eat some of this. I'm not doing the whole thing at once. We put the tarps out there for another move, another day, just little bits at a time. And I was going to use more of my feed bags. I'm starting to run a little low. However, a friend of mine, Lynn, was watching a video of mine, and she said she has this material. I bought this at a steal several years ago and had it put away. I thought it was too thin, but she said, oh no, I can absolutely use this, roll it out, cut holes in it to put the melons that I'm going to plant, and I should be good as a weed suppressor. So I'm so excited because look at how wide it is, much wider than the feed bag. So I'm going to get a quicker finish here. The reason I wasn't sure is I had used this sort of fabric here. You see the lines in that? That's a thicker fabric. And I, again, being a newbie, thought, well, that's what I'm supposed to use is the thicker fabric. Well, come to find out, I guess I could do both. And so that's where I'm headed, getting this weed patch turned into a melon patch. With the help of Mr. Blue Jeans' weed eating talents, we've gone from this to this to actually planting and getting some of the melons in the ground. I am so excited. This should be going quickly. At least I hope. Well, the row is going in. I'm beyond excited. It's just been one step after the other. It's funny. I've been looking at it as a big picture and overwhelming, and as I've said in the past couple of videos, but that's just how I viewed gardening. It was just this giant concept that I kept trying to figure out the whole thing at once. But once I got confidence with the garden bed, and once Lynn helped me understand what to do here, thank you, Lynn, the row has been going in great. We've got watermelon and tomatoes. I kind of interspersed 3 watermelon, 2 tomatoes, kind of kept that going. I would love to tell you the variety, but somewhere in the process, these particular watermelons and tomatoes lost their tag. So this is the surprise row. It has been a day. It has been brutally sunny, no wind, high winds. Knocked over the umbrella a couple of times, but I'm not giving up because it's been really hot. Rainstorm passed through. That was really pretty. I almost was hoping it would hit, but it just curved off that way and took off. So just wanted to give you guys a sneak peek at it beginning here, and I'm going to get back to it. Well, here was an interesting thing that I found as I was tending to the cabbage today. This is the Savoy cabbage, and this is my first experience with cabbage. And there was this second cabbage. See, look over here. We've got the first cabbage is nestled in there very nicely. And then there's this little offshoot. So I thought, okay, well, you know, that's an anomaly. That's really cool. I've got this little maybe second cabbage. And then this one, to me, looks like a normal cabbage. Singular cabbage. But over here, I think I've got the same thing happening. Here's our beautiful head of cabbage. Can you say hello to future kimchi? I can't wait. Fermented kimchi. Can't wait to give you guys the recipe, one of my favorites. But look, this is happening again where there's sort of this offshoot and then something's happening in here. So do any of you know about maybe Savoy cabbage sending off an offshoot? Is that just more leaves? I don't know, but I sure would love to know. So just leave a comment below if you're aware that this is something typical, if it's just more leaves, or if I have some odd cabbage and I need to call the Guinness Book.